Hello everyone, I am Komal Mehta, teaching as an assistant professor in CSC department in St. Andrew Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. Today, I will cover some protocols of internet. These are POP, MIME, IMAP, and HTML. Before starting these protocols, we must aware about what do you mean by a protocol of a internet, what do you mean by a web server, web browser, and the concept behind the link on the web. So let's start with the protocols, that is POP. POP stands for Post Office Protocol. It is a client server protocol in which email is received and held for you by your internet server. The client server architecture is previously discussed in my previous video. So I'm giving you just brief intro about that protocol. There is client and one end is server. When we want to communicate between client to server communication, then we have to send one request. After the request acceptance, we got information from the server end. So the communication between these both client and the server will done with the help of this protocol. Here in POP, D&D operation is applicable. D&D means if we download any mail that we received in our email ID, then it will be deleted from the local server. That means once I am checking or going through the particular mails I received in my email ID and downloaded in my personal system, then it will be deleted from the mailbox. So we can say the working principle for POP is D and D. The work will done at particular port, that is 110. In POP, it is a simple protocol that only allow downloading message from your inbox to your local system. If it is downloaded, then it will be deleted from the system. So we can say the message can be downloaded only once. If I delete my particular document that I downloaded from my email box, and after that there is mishappening or misplace that document, then I can't reach out that particular document again with the help of email because it is already deleted from the email box as well. So this is less secure in comparison of the other protocols because we can download only once, and if that particular time I'm less careless, sorry, I'm careless about that particular document, then I got that document is misplaced. Next protocol is MIME, M-I-M-E, Multi-Purpose Internet Mail Extension. It indicates that how different part a message such as text and attachment are combined to the message. The way different items are encoded for transmission so that even software that was designed to work only with ASCII text can process the message. It means to communicate with the help of email id we can send there are we can send many types of a document such as any attachment we want to send, any graphics we want to send, then we can do it with the help of mime. There are different items that are encoded for the transmission. With the help of ASCII code we can process that message. Now, MIME has adopted by the web server as a way to tell web browser that what type of material was being sent to them so that they can cope up with that kind of message correctly. Before transmission, there must be the server that is aware about the particular way we want to send or a form in which we want to send that particular document so that the server will manage that document easily. Now, what do you mean by IMAP? This is the next protocol. It is a Internet Message Access Protocol. As the name suggests, it allows end users to connect the email server with different devices. That is a authentication mechanism. Its IP address, sorry, port address is 143. There is some specific port address for each protocol. So its address is 143. The 143 is a default IMAP port, but it is uncrypted. It means less secure because it can be encrypted. IMAP is come to solve the drawbacks of a POP3 protocol. As I discussed in previous protocol, that POP is a DND operation, that means downloaded and then deleted. So I will download only once in POP, but in IMAP I can download multiple times. How that is possible? IMAP server always keep a copy of your email as a record for a cache in a cache memory. IMAP is a very fast and efficient. The port 993 is secured port for IMAP. Here is two ports. 143 is by default and 993 is secure port. So if you want to secure your document, then use port number 993. It basically focus on the overcome of the POP, that DND operations will be not followed in the IMAP protocol, as we can download multiple times the document as I want. Now the next one is HTML. HTML is a hypertext markup language in which we have to manage our pages, how to display our data. So it is, here it is, a formatting or a markup language used to create a document for www. www is World Wide Web. I discussed about this term in my previous video. You can go through from that document. It is a simplest form that uses tags to format ASCII text documents by indicating text that should be displayed in bold, italic, bulleted, etc. That means we can use tags, right? There are two types of tags. Some are ending tag and some are without ending tag. So they are basically comes in a pair, or it can be nested as well. That is, tag inside the tag is called a nested tag. So HTML pages with their extension .htm or .html is saved in the directory of a web server. So these are the extension by default .htm or .html. When the browser downloaded the HTML page from the server, it interprets the tags or display the document in appropriate formatting. So here what's the process is going in the backend, we are coding with their tags, nested, unnested, their singular ending tags or combined tags. With the help of that coding, the server will understand what do you mean by what the meaning of that formatting, and then represent that formatting in a web page that we can display. The original HTML did not provide much control over how the documents were formatted. To make more impressive, we need CSS, cascading style sheets. Here I am showing you some brief intro about HTML. I will discuss HTML in detail in my further videos. In that, I will discuss about what do you mean by a hypertext, a hyperdocument, a hyperlink, and how we can use all these within a web page. The original set of tags that was quite limited, as intended like for linking the documents using the hyperlink to form a hyper document. As the web grew in popularity, however, the first Netscape, then Microsoft introduced their own HTML tags. They provide web developer with more control over document formatting. That means to format the tags in proper format in impressive way, we need their individual tags. With the help of W3C, it developed some standards for HTML. These are called the HTML standards. There are so many versions of HTML created. The recent version is HTML5, but in HTML4, it includes some CSS to increase the enhancement with the help of style sheets to make a powerful formatting capability. for the placement of objects on the web page. So here I'm showing you the small example of the HTML. What's the proper structure of HTML? Here it is. Initially, the first tag is the doc type. It defines the document type of the HTML and the version we want to use. After that, there is HTML tag in the Angular bracket. Any tag in HTML language will be enclosed in Angular bracket. Then a head tag. Head tag describes the brief description about the document. Next is title tag. In title, starting and ending tag, between these starting or ending, we mention the content we want at the top of the web page. Here I'm showing the title of a page. So in our web page, the topmost layer, topmost line consists of the name, that is title of a tag. After that, head tag is enclosed. Head tag is closed. So we can say title tag is embedded within a head tag. Head tag starting and ending tag contains the title tag. This is called a nested tags. Then the body tag. This complete contains the complete description about the document. Whatever I want to mention in my web page, I will insert the whole content in body tag. After that, body tag is closed and then HTML tag is closed. So this is the description of HTML, what I structure, what I discussed. First tag is HTML document, that is HTML. This tag tells the browser that this is a start of a document. It means starting point is mentioned from the with the help of HTML starting tag. And it also contains a closing tag that is in the last to show the end of a document. Between the text head and closed head tag, the header information that is not displayed in the browser window. It is just contain the information about the document that document needed. That means metadata is contained within a head tag or some any other information. We can also insert it in a tag in this tag, but that is not mentioned or not displayed in our window. Then the title tag contains the title of the document that is displayed in the browser window caption. The text between body tag, closing and starting tag is the text that is displayed in our browser. When we save a HTML file, we can save with the help of .htm or .html file, as I discussed previously. There is one more tag in the example, that is B tag. Here I'm showing you. This one is a B tag. B tag also has a starting and a ending tag. This makes the text bold. To make the text bold or highlighted, we need some other tags that is called as a formatting tag. So here B is a formatting tag. The content we want to make it a bold is inserted between the both tag. There are so many features and there is no limit of HTML examples. We can use any type of features we want to use. I'm showing you some more tags. These are the formatting tags basically. So B is for bold tag, as I mentioned in the structure. Big is to define a text big from normal size. EM tag is emphasized to highlighting the text. I for a italic. To make the text small or a strong, we need small tag, strong tag. When we want to subscript our content or superscript our tag, then I will use sub or sub, SUP. INS for inserted tag, DEL for deleted tag. So these are the tags and the description I am mentioning here. You can go through from this. This is basically about HTML hypertext markup language. I will definitely discuss it in detail, why it is called a hypertext, why it is called a markup language, and how we want to use it, how can it is more impressive, how we insert CSS within this. So all this will be discussed later. So at last, we can say that HTML page are created by tagging textual information with HTML markup. These markup consist of tags which appears inside the Angular bracket in this way. The HTML tags normally comes in pair like B tag in the structure example that I discussed. The text between starting tag and the ending tag is the element content. So whatever I insert between the tag starting and ending, that is called the element content. The HTML tags are not case sensitive. That means we can use uppercase, lowercase. These both act as a similar. Most of the HTML tags have corresponding ending tag, which is specified by the name of tags preceded by the backslash character. Here, one example is B tag, bold tag. In the closing tag of the bold, I used backslash at the starting of the B, right? Here it is. You can see here this side. The B has a backslash tag with ending tag of its, right. There is the multiple versions of the HTML, but recent one is the HTML5. So HTML have some other versions. I want to discuss these one as well. So here it is. One sec. First one is the 2.0. It is published in 1990 that contain the more core feature still seen in a today version. So the standard version is this one at that time. After that, 3.2 become the most popular features with the help of subscript tables, superscript. We can also insert these type of tags in 3.2 version with the help of sub tag, sup tag, table for tables, table tag. And then the 4.0 that is published in 1997 and was a good standard for the HTML. As I discussed that 4 contain the CSS effect as well. After that, the HTML5 was published as a working draft by the W3C in 2008. So we can say a web page consists of an objects, and then objects may be HTML file, image, applets, etc. that is addressable by a single URL. I was already discussed about the URL, and there is various format of the HTML, various format of the URL. So you can go through from that video. I hope this is clear to all of you. Thank you.